that focus for the full 90 minutes plus injury time is so vital. But Celtic have not asked enough questions. Rangers on the day simply have been terrific.
He has got some decent memories playing Rangers. Scored here last season in that 3-3 draw towards the end of the campaign, and then scored that late Scottish Cup final winner in May. Here come Rangers. Tierney down the right hand side, Baye for company. It is Tierney attacking him, goes on to his left, shoots, and Schmeichel saves down low to his left and behind for the corner in the 65th minute, but it remains Rangers 1, Celtic 0.
Real good play from Tierney again. When they win the ball, they work it out to him and taking on Baye, who's just come on the pitch, cuts on the inside and lets fly. Schmeichel, I would expect him to make that save low to his left, but still he's very direct, Tierney.
Such an important player for Rangers, which again makes you wonder why on earth he was left out at Motherwell the other day. And comes his corners, a header saved by Schmeichel, but the rebound is in, and Robin Proper takes the claim of Ibrox on the rebound, and Celtic's unbeaten start to the season is teetering on the brink in Govan here. The corner came in, Schmeichel dealt with the first effort, but Proper smashes it into the net, and it is Rangers 2, Celtic 0, and Brendan Rodgers cannot believe it down there.
Well, it's deserved, and it's a great ball in. I'm not sure who got the first header, Liam, maybe you can clarify that, but the effort was saved, and then it's Rangers, the way they have done all game, wanting the seconds, and it's the man Proper who's come in for a bit of stick, who gambles, who gets in at the back post like a striker, and he's never going to miss that. Thunders it high into the net, and Rangers take a deserved 2-0 lead.
Yeah, deserved, and it's been a while since they've got that advantage against Celtic, you know, the first one is an absolute free header, right in the heart of Celtic's 6-yard box, middle of the goal. Shouldn't happen. Maybe the substitutions coming on, maybe they lost a player, somebody's lost. I would like to see it again, but certainly the save comes up and then they follow up and finish. Celtic under severe pressure right now.
2-0 Rangers. If Celtic are to emerge from Ibrox, the home of their bitter rivals, with their unbeaten record intact, they're going to have to come from 2 down and do it the hard way. Baye's foul, that's going to be a free kick to Celtic, who now absolutely need the next goal. McCowan flashes it out to the far side for Kuhn. He made the changes, Brendan Rodgers. They're 2-0 down in double quick time. Here's a chance. Tate's a little swing at it. Raskin blocks it just to the right of the Rangers box. Tate looked to get onto it. They've got just over a quarter of the game left to Celtic to try and mount a rescue mission. But from what we've seen in the opening 67, almost 67 and a half minutes, you just do not see this Rangers team caving in right now.
I know it's been a while since they've got to this situation in the game against their bitter rivals, but now is about them being able to hang on. Celtic will mount a charge, there's no doubt about that. They have to.
There's Maida rolling it back to Carter Vickers. Plays it short to his right for Johnston. Johnston firing it forward, but that sums up Celtic's afternoon again. He's put it straight behind for the goal kick. I have seldom seen Celtic as ragged as this.
Decisions have been poor, passing's been poor. They've been second to that every set ball that's dropped in the middle of the pitch. Just can't get the rhythm going whatsoever, and that's down to a combination of Rangers pressing them, counter-pressing them at times, and Celtic just way off it today.
I think it was Raskin that got that header, then kicked off the line, and then Proper was there. But Rangers, it was a lot about tempo today, energy, what they brought to it. Can they concentrate for 90 minutes? They've done that so far. 68 gone into the 69th minute. It's been near perfection for Rangers, and they had to do it. They talked about they did a top performance, maybe saved their manager. Well, they've delivered.
Here they come again. Eagleman up towards the edge of the Celtic box. He's on his left side, wants to get back onto the right. He is now. Been crowded out a little bit, but he throws it to Tierney, right hand side of the box. Back to Eagleman, looking for some kind of space. Goes it out wide right to Nadim Bayrami. Low ball back to Yilmaz. He's gone for goal. It swerves all the way through, and Schmeichel makes the save. Corner Rangers again. where on earth has this Rangers performance been all season? 2-0 up they are, and they're looking for a third.
Egeman's got the ball in the edge of box. It looked as if he was going to lose control, but he kept control, and that's been the difference. You know, Celtic haven't got their tackles in, and one way if you can pass the ball around that, but if you can't win your tackles in a game like this here, then you're going to be second best.
Rangers corner, Czerny left footed in, swinging the near post, caught by Egeman, he's claiming handball. They're going to check for a possible penalty here for Rangers. Several light blue jerseys approaching the referee, Don Robertson, asking the question. Just about to move on to the 70-minute mark here at Ibrox. Rangers 2, Celtic 0.
It's that run again, it's caused problems outswing a front post run. This time it's Egeman gets the contact, screaming for a handball. This is where Bar's good, they can get a look at it, clear it up.
No penalty, incidentally. 2-1 Ross County at Aberdeen. Chilvers with the goal. It will be a Rangers corner here. They are 2 to the good. It's going to be rolled short. Low back to Yilmaz. He's a goal from about 25 yards. It's easily blocked and cleared by Celtic. Rangers have it again with Hadji. Out to Czerny on this near side. Rolls it back to Hadji. The Rangers next game is in Edinburgh against Hibs on Sunday lunchtime, and the Rangers supporters will not allow them to drop this standard, Billy, because they've set an incredibly high standard this afternoon here.
Yeah, but that's the biggest part of being a top player, being a top club, winning trophies, is consistency. You've got to concentrate, you've got to do it every game. If you're not doing it every game, find a way to win. That's not half for Rangers. Yeah, this is the bar set now. Can they continue for the rest of the season? That is the question.
Still a mountain to climb, even if they do see this one out. 11 points would be the gap at the top. Diamonde turns back towards his own half and stabs it back to Sterling. Side foot ball into the centre circle there for Cropper. He got the second, his finest moment in a Rangers shirt. His first Rangers goal coming against Celtic to put his team 2-0 up. Here's Yilmaz to the edge of the Celtic box. Bayrami on the turn onto the left-hand side, blocked by Carter Vickers. Bayrami rolls it back to Yilmaz. He's having another popping goal, and again it's on target as Schmeichel holds on to it. Brendan Rodgers is staring down the barrel of just a second Old Firm derby defeat.
I don't know about you, but I'm so surprised they have not had a part in this game. Yeah, it's down to Rangers, but there's nobody really said, look, let's go, let's get this right and give it a go. It's just like, it's still Rangers' dominance and creating the chances.
They've been outplayed in the game completely. You're absolutely right, Billy. And, you know, that is not Celtic in the way that they have gone about this season so far. So that's been the big surprise. They've tried to pass the ball, Rangers have harried them, but their passing has been so poor today.
Celtic have it on the right. It is Johnston. Infield to McCowan at the edge of the Rangers box. Ida tries to lay it back to Hatate and does so. Now with Johnston to the right angle of the box for McCowan. He's on his left foot, takes the cross out. Ida can't get there because Proper nods away before it can get to him. McCowan rolls it back to McGregor. Side foot low ball for Ida. A little flick into the Rangers box. It's all the way through to Liam Kelly, who's only really been troubled once in the 73 minutes that have been played. Ridvan Yilmaz, incidentally, is down, and Rangers could be doing without any other defensive injuries, given the problems they've got in that particular facet of their squad right now.
Yeah, he's got cramp. They're just stretching off his left leg, but yeah, he's worked hard. He's been very positive.
Well, it will be a restart for Rangers, and the referee leaves it for Liam Kelly. So, it's over 15 minutes to play. Arne Engels is going to be on shortly for Celtic.
Man, that was crazy. There's 3 Rangers players out there getting drinks while Don Robertson let the game continue.
Made their way back on now. Schmeichel plays it short to Carter Vickers, and now it's with McGregor. Rangers 2, Celtic 0. Here comes Callum McGregor, scampering down the right-hand side. Rolls it to Kuhn, who's seen his threat neutered throughout the afternoon, but he does get onto it and gets it out to McCowan on that far side. Looks up at the box, outside of the boot, flicks it into Hatate, gets a second chance, flips it to the back post, Maida's header down and blocked by Yilmaz. And behind it goes guys in Maida, they are having a penalty check right now. I'm not sure if there'll be anything in that because the Celtic player certainly weren't appealing for it.
I think Maeda ends up heading off his leg there, Leo.
That must have been what it was because it's a goal kick, isn't it?
Listen, it happened so quickly. It's right in front of us, but it kind of was a real strange one. There's another substitution here for Celtic.
Crowd of 51,065 inside Ibrox as Rio Hatate comes off and is replaced by Celtic's record signing, the £11 million Arne Engels, Belgium internationalist. He has entered the fray. He was his player at Club Bruges. Clement knows him well, the Rangers manager. He comes on to try and help mount a rescue mission for Celtic. It's going to take some act of escapology to get out of this. Long ball from Liam Kelly. A header from Scales back into the Rangers half. Favour returned by Proper. Off the head of Scales again. The game of head tennis comes to an end as it settles at the feet of Bayrami. Plays it to his left for Haji. Poor ball there from the Romanian, but Diamante is brought down by Engels just in the fringes of the centre circle. Inside the Celtic half. Right hand side of it. Rangers 2, Celtic 0, 76th minute.
Yeah, Engels just on the pitch. Yes, he falls over the ball and takes Diamante out of it just by just going to ground. There was any intent.
Hibs back on level terms in Perth against St Johnstone. Pike Gale scored that memorable Edinburgh Derby winner against Hearts at Tynecastle last Thursday. Boxing Day, back amongst the goals, having said he was looking at retiring at the end of the season. Well, he's kicking on since then. Seems to be having second thoughts if he keeps that up. And there's Celtic on the ball here on Sportsound and BBC Radio Scotland, on BBC Radio 5 Live this afternoon as well. On digital online at bbc.co.uk/sportscotland. Dundee Derby for Radio Scotland listeners still to come. Drive to come on 5 Live. The Celtic from forward down the right. It's a cool ball flipped in towards Ida. Beaten away by the two fists of Kelly. Cherny picks up on this near side of his box. Back on towards his own byline. He's giving it straight to Engels. Baye can't find a teammate though, and it breaks back to Václav Cherny. Sometimes it's just your day. Rangers have it. Egeman gets it back from Bayrami. He's evaded Scales' challenge. Egeman is away. Goes it to the right for Bayrami. It's a really poor ball though. Carter Vickers is able to come across and slam the door in his face and passes it back to the goalkeeper. And it remains 2-0 to the home team. Celtic, the sands of time are slipping away from them here. The first defeat of the season is in the post unless they can turn this around. Billy Dodds.
What a chance it was. It was a great take from Igamani because he was off balance, took it, drove on the pitch, and he just had to get the right way to pass and try and take Carter Vickers out of the game. It was under hit, but it was a 2v1 situation that Rangers didn't capitalise on.
Rangers here. Maida giving it away this time. Back to Proper, who was long, asking a lot of Diamante, and Diamante doesn't fancy the chase. Schmeichel gets onto it. He's come outside his box to the left of him to do so. Plays it short to Scales, who finds Carter Vickers. It is Johnston, then back, square ball into Carter Vickers, who finds Scales.
That was brilliant from Diamante because I thought he should have kept chasing it because it was outside the box, but once he was out of position a bit tired, he is screaming at Cherny, fill in for me, sit in my position to get back there, and they've had a little chance. Cherny's still in there. It's a bit of a mismatch. He's not a midfielder, but shows you everybody working for one another.
Shift up front coming up for Rangers. Danilo is getting ready to come on for them. Celtic with Carter Vickers, side football to Ida, who's come back inside his own half.
Yeah, Celtic passing the ball now, but going nowhere really. You know, and Rangers have really done that press really well. Really, their distances between them, especially across the midfield, has been excellent at forcing Celtic just to pass the ball, but not able to penetrate.
Celtic have it here. It's a dreadful ball by Alex Baye, trying to get Maida involved down the left, but there's no chance, guys, in Maida's getting onto that. Way too much on it. Goes behind for the goal kick. Rangers will make the change. It's going to be by Rami coming off, and Danilo, who scored the third goal for Rangers in that League Cup final against Celtic a few weekends ago and took the game to extra time, who will come on to replace by Rami. And it looked like when he was involved in that break there as though he was going to potentially be in behind to put Rangers 3-0 up. It's off. High five with Danilo, and then the hug from his manager. Danilo on for the final just over 10 minutes of the 90 that remain here.
I think the disappointment for Celtic today is the performance. You know, listen, you can get beaten in the game, but if you don't perform and you don't do what you normally do, then that's really disappointing.
They usually have a moment. Honestly, I can't remember them looking like, all right, they're turning the corner, really putting the pressure on Rangers. They have been nothing in this game. The first 2 minutes, the start of the second half, that has been it. And even at the start of the second half, it was only a couple of minutes again. They have been so far off it in terms of we know what Celtic can do. I just can't believe my eyes when I'm looking at this and think, where is your spell been, Celtic?
Looking at dropping points back-to-back away league games, having drawn at Dundee United. And here, they're 2-0 down, and Rangers have pilfered it back on the left, and Jeff Day is making his way up to the edge of the box. He plays it across, but it brings back to Danilo! He sweeps it home! And it's bedlam at Ibrox! Because Danilo, from 6 yards, side boots it past Michael! And the Rangers supporters explode with delight because they are putting their great rivals and neighbours to the sword here. The champions are beleaguered, Rangers buoyant, and it is an incredible scoreline of Rangers 3, Celtic 0, and it will be a spectacular end to Celtic's unbeaten start to the season.
Incredible, but deserved, Pat, I would say. I mean, Rangers have been relentless. I'm waiting for the drop-off period from them, but they have been exceptional. On the ball, out of possession for the full duration of this game. And Jeffrey, yet again, wins the second ball, drives forward. No Celtic player fancy it. I'll keep going. He hits the strike. It deflects into Danilo's path, and from 6 yards, he thumps it home. It's no more than Rangers have deserved.
I agree. I can't not disagree in anything you've said there, Billy. It's been one of these really poor performances from Celtic that it's been a long time since I've seen it. I've got to say, just everything about their game today is not been up to scratch, and their movement, their passing, even their aggression isn't there today.
There's another error, unforced error by couldn't control, it goes through his legs and out for a throw into Rangers on the near side. Almost an 83 minutes, and Rangers might want more here. They've had so many issues with Celtic recently. There was a 3-0 Rangers win here at the tail end of Postecoglou's time in charge at Celtic Park. Game at Ibrox. I guess these games are never dead rubbers, but that was as close to a dead rubber in this fixture as you'll get on that occasion. This is different. This is in the meat of the season. Despite Celtic's still massive advantage at the top of the table, this will certainly give Rangers belief that they can at least make inroads and eat into that advantage in the weeks ahead.
Well, they must be kicking themselves, Rangers, when you consider two weeks ago they were 9 points behind, and they had come to Ibrox still in that situation and won this game. They would be only 6 points behind.
You know what?
I still can't see them challenging Celtic for the title.
It's like I'm with you, but it's like last season where manage the season and they've not done it. They could have just gone get results against Rangers, Dundee and Ross County, and probably saw out the league. And this season the same. This was an opportunity if you had managed the last couple of games. That you get Celtic here and you get it to 6, but that was all gone after the results against St Mirren and Motherwell. They have not managed last season or this season's well so far.
No, I mean, look, their record here at Ibrox is very strong. It's as strong as Celtic's is at Parkhead. It's what's happening on the road in the league that's left them so far behind and requiring snookers already. I mean, they've played 9 league games away from home and won just 3 of them. They've lost 4. Defeats at Celtic, at Kilmarnock, at Aberdeen, and St Mirren. That's where their problems lie. It's not here.
Yeah, like last season, Rangers go to Dundee, lose again. Ross County, lose again, draw the game, sorry, then Ross County. And that's where the league was lost. They have not managed certain fixtures, especially away from home, from season to season.
And unfortunately, to win a championship, you've got to be good home and away. You can't afford
Consistent, you're right, Pat.
and that's where Celtic have been over the last 10 years. They've done it and they've won the league because of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the difference. Just once have Celtic not won the league since 2011, 2012. Rangers won it when the matches were being played behind closed doors. Celtic on the ball on this near side. Bailly made a couple of challenges. This game's done though. It is done. Elsewhere, Aberdeen 1, Ross County 2. Aberdeen will be without a win in 9 if they are unable to score a couple of unanswered goals. They are a bit further behind. Just over 10 minutes to play in that one. Ross County hadn't won an away game since last September 23 it was. Now they've beaten Dundee and potentially beaten Aberdeen either side of the new year. Hearts 1, Motherwell 0. It's deep into stoppage time, but that is all over. It's a 1-0 win for relegation haunted Hearts. Kilmarnock 2, St Mirren 0. 1-1 between 10-man St Johnstone and Hibernian. And as we've been hearing here on BBC Radio Scotland and BBC Radio 5 Live and Sportsound, it is Rangers 3, Celtic 0. 5:30, Dundee United. That's live on Radio Scotland. If you are interested in that, another huge derby at the start of the new year. And this by Rangers is proper. Clears out for a throw into Celtic over on the far side. Philippe Clement will simply have to demand he gets this level of performance in the matches outside the big ones against Celtic. It's been a couple of more promising performances. The League Cup final was a promising performance. This has been even better than that one, quite clearly. He'll need it more regularly as that chip ball from the right's cut out by John Sterling and out for a throw-in over on the far side. Not a single Rangers supporter leaving early from this one.
Yeah, listen, the players that's come into the team also have done really well, but Liam Kelly must feel that he's come into a game here probably under a lot of pressure before it, and what, one save, one very good save, we've got to say, but that's been it, which is somebody's happened down in the
I'm not
corner.
sure. There's a Celtic player poleaxed on the deck, and they were just about to take a corner, so I'm not sure if I haven't seen it, but it was a Celtic corner, so I'm assuming that there's some kind of object that's hit. I'm not sure, is it Arne Engels over on the far side? I haven't seen a replay of it, I don't know what it is, but there's clearly something going on. There's players from both sides are around the stricken Celtic player who's on the deck right now. I don't know if either of you two saw what happened there.
He just went to ground. Obviously something must have been thrown, or from that perspective he's back on his feet, but the referee is beside him talking to him.
Yeah, we haven't seen it, so we can't comment or speculate on what it may or may not be. That will become clearer in the hours that will follow this one.
Don Robertson coming over with something.
Yeah, we might get a look as to what it is that's caused the issue here. He's handing something to the fourth official, Matthew McDermott. Brendan Rodgers is asking what it was too. It will be a Celtic corner, and that is being handed just now to the police and to security. There will be 5 minutes added, we hear. 3-0 to Rangers. Celtic corner, in it comes. A really decisive header away by Jeffrey. That just takes the pressure right off. Not that there's too much of that when you're 3 to the good.
It's very hard to pick out any Celtic player from my perspective that has been on their game today, but you could look at a Rangers team and say every single one of them has contributed.
Absolutely, Pat. It's been on the money, the performance levels from off the ball, in possession. Incredible how they've kept it going, how they've concentrated, and stand with that makeshift back four. I mean, that has been thrown together. They have been rock solid. And then the midfield got a real grip in there, and the front three four have been electric. They have caused Celtic all sorts of problems.
It's all over in Kilmarnock, where the home team have beaten St Mirren by 2-0, both scored by Bruce Anderson. Very last knock-ins in Perth, where it's 1-1 between St Johnstone and Hibs. Saints have played a lot of that game with 10 men. Rangers on the ball here with Yilmaz down the right-hand touchline for Czerny. They might not be done just yet. The home team, Czerny's ball into the box with the right foot, comes out to Jeffney over on the left-hand side. It's the break of the ball off Kuhn. Plays it short. Haji, back to Igaman. Challenged well by Enkels, and he's able to wallop it clear with the right foot out the far side, where Proper will nod it out for a Celtic throw-in. 5 minutes confirmed. We're into the first of those here at Ibrox. Rangers 3, Celtic 0. And as comfortable an afternoon as either of these teams has got in this fixture, and Celtic have been on the right end of...
Well, it's a wake-up call for Celtic.
A lot, yeah.
You know, you've got to say you can pass the ball, you can play all that, but you've got to put the other part of the game into the hard work, winning the tackles, all of those type of things. From the basics, as we call them, along with then being able to pass it and move the ball. And Celtic have been really struggling at those areas.
They have. They've not played their game, but I think Rangers probably have strangled Celtic today, just right from the first whistle at 2 minutes. Then got it calmed down, and just the way they've gone about the game, relentless, pressing, breaking and possession, looking dangerous, getting their goals at the right times, and just really snuffed them out.
Bobby Fraser, youngster, coming on for Jeffrey, so he goes over to left back. I'd wonder if there would be a start for Robbie Fraser this afternoon, given Rangers' defensive woes. One of the 5 minutes has been played. 3-0 Rangers. There will be a Liam Kelly goal kick. He's had a relatively trouble-free afternoon, and I'll bet when he knew that he was going to have to come in for Jack Butland today, that he thought he was going to be in for a more challenging day than this.
Very much so. He hasn't had to really do very, very much at all in this particular game. As I say, that one save from Matati, that was a decent save, I've got to say, but you know, you'd expect to be under lots and lots more pressure. The amount of goals that Celtic have scored this year also, and the chances that they've created, but this has not been one of those days, I'm afraid.
Well, Rangers have won this battle. Celtic clearly will be extremely confident of winning the war, because they have that turns away from Igaman. It's under serious duress. There he's done well to dig it out. Carter Vickers and Scales then out towards Payet, who moves after it, picks it up, comes up to the halfway line and knocks it forward to McCowan. Maida to his left, Ida to his right. He's found Ida. Ida then leaves it for Johnston on the right-hand side. Now Kuhn, the right angle of the penalty area. Plays it to Payet, back to Kuhn, and then he shows too much of it to Czerny, who pops it away. Not a great ball by Kuhn as Scales goes in on the challenge on Igaman, and then breaks to Yilmaz, who has performed admirably at right back this afternoon. This is McGregor rolling it back to Carter Vickers. Rangers are going to make a triple change deep into stoppage time. Here, Dessers, Barron, Cortez are all waiting to come on. Here comes Celtic, a ball to the right, Engels, right-hand side of the box. And then he plants it into the Broomloan stand behind Liam Kelly's goal. Over the bar, Rangers 3, Celtic 0, triple change. And this is, I suppose, as much to allow some of these Rangers players out there who do heroic performances for their supporters to give some acclaim. Will be Raskin to come off. Haji, who got their party started. First goal of the year. Igaman coming off as well. Barron, Cortez, Dessers come on, and he's had some bad days recently, Philip Clement. He's had some good days as Rangers manager. There won't be many on top this so far. This could actually potentially, even if we don't win the league this season, this could reignite Philip
Philippe Clement's Rangers career, potentially. But they would need to keep this standard up week after week after week. The sort of thing that Celtic have been doing for years and years now.
Yeah, it's dreamland for Philippe Clement. He would probably get into this game with trepidation, worried for his future, but my word, these players have answered his call, and every one of them has been exceptional. Pat said it. I mean, you just couldn't have dreamt of it going any better than it has today in every department.
Well organised too in the middle of the pitch, I've got to say. They're shaped, they're closing down. Their press on Celtic have been they haven't, unlike Celtic have built a big game from the back. I think Liam Kelly's kicked everything long, but then they won that battle high up the pitch, and that's the difference in there again. They won it when the ball goes into that key area. They don't put the ball at risk. Fine, no problem with that.
Drive to follow on 5 Live when the business is done here on BBC Radio Scotland. The focus will turn to the derby in Dundee. Up the road, Dens Park, Dundee against Dundee United. Another huge match in the Scottish Premiership. All over, St Johnstone 1, Hibs 1. Aberdeen 1, Ross County 2. County now just minutes away from back-to-back away victories. Not won a single game on the road in the league since September 23. Rangers have it here with Sterling, who's the latest Rangers player this season, with the captain's armband after Raskin came off. Long ball down the right is cut out by Scales and out for a Rangers throw-in. And they finish with a flourish. The 5 minutes of stoppage time have come and gone. We're actually deep into a 6th minute bolted on at the end, and this will probably be the last action. Extra time on top of the stoppage time due to the subs. It's pulled back by Yilmaz Decherny, and that is full time at Ibrox. And the roar tells you that it is victory for Rangers, and it's just a second Old Firm defeat for Brendan Rodgers in his 21st derby. And in truth, this team's been absolutely battered across the city here today. Rangers more than happy with their performance and more than deserving of the 3-0 success. Yanis Hadji got them off and running on 7 minutes with the opener before Robin Proper on 66 made it 2-0 on the rebound. Danilo iced the cake with 9 of the 90 to play. Celtic well beaten, a really poor performance by their standards, and it is a first defeat of the season in the Premiership, indeed domestically for Celtic, and indeed since last March, 10 months since a Scottish club beat them when Hearts did so at Tynecastle. It is Rangers who reduce the arrears at the top of the table down to 11. Still very much advantage Celtic, but for tonight Rangers can celebrate a famous victory. They finished here now under the lights at Ibrox Stadium. Rangers 3, Celtic 0. Rangers. All over, but how